Morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to open the Personnel Board meeting at 9 o'clock for May 21st, 2019. First order of business is the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Reviewing our agenda today, it should be a very, very short agenda. I don't believe we have anything to vote on. It probably will be mostly discussion. Mary Beth, if you have a commitment and you would like to be excused, you could be excused.
Okay.
We still have a quorum. So I'll continue, and you stay as long as you want, or just whenever you have that other commitment, feel free to honor your commitment.
Thank you.
Has everybody had a chance to glance at the minutes?
Yes.
From our last meeting? Would somebody like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept the minutes of the April meeting.
Do I have a second?
A second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any nays or abstentions? Okay, thank you. Citizens' comments, none. Old business updates. In your package is the wage study that Rachel McDonald did. She did an outstanding job. Take it home, read it at your leisure. It's very comprehensive. It's one of the reasons I like it. It's very common sense, vanilla in its format. We had a little cake party for her.
Yes.
And a little farewell, goodbye celebration, and thanked her. Rose and I did her evaluation and sent it. I sent it along to Nichols College, to Mary Trottier. The young lady did a very nice job.
As of our last meeting, she was having trouble getting responses from some of the towns that she was able to.
Yeah, what we did is we took the information off the computer that is connected to the Massachusetts Municipal Personnel Association, and that lists all the towns as far as their employees' salary ranges go. She chose to pick towns and communities that are similar in population, similar in budget size, which is extremely important, because you can't compare our $21 million budget to somebody that has $67 million. She met with Greg on a weekly basis on Wednesdays at noontime. I met also several times with them. Where the status of this report is right now, Greg has it. And Greg will forward this to Jonathan Reuter, who is our new administrator. He and I will be meeting at some time. He starts June 3rd officially, but I think he's in here for a couple days next week to get his feet wet. I saw him last night. He would like to sit down and meet with me. I would like to sit down and meet with him. And I'll ask him about this. I guarantee you this will not be his #1 priority. The good thing about this report is it can be updated yearly. Every time, like we just had a town meeting, we have a new budget as of last night. We can take that data from the town meeting approval and plug it in to the database that Rachel provided for us, and we're updated for the next whole year. If all the towns continue to do that, you shouldn't have to do another study again. It should stay current. Any questions on this?
No.
Okay, Rose, I personally want to thank you for assisting me and Rachel and Mary. Your help was much appreciated.
It was a pleasure to work with them.
Yeah, much appreciated. And it was a good experience for me, because I've never dealt with a Nichols College intern. And I would recommend that people really consider that, because I know Charlton paid a lot of money to have their survey done, and we were very fortunate. We had a student that majored in accounting and economics, and so it was a good experience for me. Town administrator status. We now have a new administrator. He has a contract. He officially starts June 3rd. I wish him well. I wish him the best. Personnel board will work with him, and we want to see him succeed, and we certainly want to see the town succeed. Item number 3, youth services position. They have hired somebody. I don't know exactly when she starts. She is not starting until after she's had her physical. Carol, do you know if she's had that physical or not? Okay. Joan is going to give her orientation, but I told Joan not to give her orientation till after she's passed the physical. So that's where that stands. Item number 4, new business. Administrative assistance to the police chief has been filled. The young lady, I believe, has passed her physical. When Joan Gardecki gets back, Joan will give her orientation also. So she's had a physical, she passed. She can start work. I don't know exactly what day she's working right now for the police chief, but I don't know when this new position officially starts for her. So she's on board. Job applications. Carol, you want to talk about that a little bit?
We just revised the job applications.
Good luck.
And what hasn't been being done recently is we're relying on resumes only when people apply for a position, and they're not really signing the job application and filling that out. So we're going to add that as one of the requirements, that if someone's being considered, they should fill out a job application as well and submit that, so that we have that on file.
Yeah.
That has their signature that they agree to the pre-employment physical as well.
Any questions on that? Okay, I gave Carol the okay to go ahead and do that. I didn't want to wait a whole another month just to get permission to tell her to do that. So thank you, Carol. Next on the agenda is MMPA, Massachusetts Municipal Personnel Association. I just explained that we will update the survey database. The new budget was approved last night, so we will take whatever the new budget salary line items, and we will update this so that it will constantly update it to try to keep it current every year. Any questions on that? And again, Rachel did a fantastic job on this.
Yes, she did. Now, who will be updating? Another job.
Carol, like she doesn't have enough work to do. But Rachel was kind enough, because we asked her before she left, whatever you have, we want to be able to have the computer access so that we can stay current, and she's done that. The other thing she did, that anything that was confidential that she had has been shredded. Anything from Nichols College that is confidential relating to this study has been shredded. So we are current, finished. The one thing I liked, and I want to commend this board on it, is that we did what we said we would do, and we did it on time and in budget. I know Charlton, I think, spent like $19,000 for their study, and I think the expense for this study was $1,200, thanks with the help from Nichols College. Item number 5, Personnel Director's comments. He's not here. He had a long town meeting, and I believe it's his birthday today, so he will probably be back tomorrow. He works 2 or 3 days next week, and then he goes off to retirement. This board personally would like to thank Greg for all his hard work and what he's done for us. I have been very fortunate to have a very good working relationship with Greg. We now have a new administrator, and again, I spoke to him last night. I congratulated him, told him anything I could do to assist him, to feel free. I'd be more than glad to work with him. He and I will meet at some time after he gets his feet wet, I assume, and then we will work hopefully closely with him, and we wish him the best, and we wish the town the best. Any other business? Aura?
I apologize for coming in late. Will the wage study be available to everybody to review, or is that, what's the process now?
Okay, my recommendation is, obviously, we gave it to Greg first. So Greg went through it, we went through it with Rachel. Greg thought it was a very good report. He is going to forward it to Jonathan. I recommend that the board be totally open and transparent. We told the town employees that we were doing this wage study, and the information in that wage study, in my opinion, and I hope the board's opinion, should be available to the town employees. When that happens, I don't know. Obviously, we have to give Jonathan a chance to read it and look at it, and because Jonathan's the new personnel director, we'll have to see what he says. I hope it's open and honest, and the personnel board has nothing to hide.
But the goal is to implement whatever the study.
Yes. Yes. I'm sorry, did I misunderstand what you...
No, I just was curious.
Yeah, the goal was to compare Dudley to surrounding towns, and again, we picked towns that are similar in population, similar in annual income. We can't compare Dudley to a town where most of the people earn $1 million a year. Similar to budget size versus 21 million for Dudley versus 70 million for some other town, because we worked very hard to try to compare apples to apples. The original goal was to get employees to the 90 percentile. But with the amount of money that the town of Dudley has, that would be very difficult to do it in one step. So there is recommendations and a chart where you can go from 90%, 80%, 75%. And it's very possible we could move employees in increments. But the 90 percentile, I do not think is going to happen overnight.
No, I didn't think it would, but I'd like to thank the board and Carol and Rachel and whoever else was involved for doing this study. It's long overdue, and I've seen a few wage studies over my 25-plus years, and from my feeling is that this is by far the best one, and more complete one that we've ever done. So thank you all for doing that, for everyone.
You're more than welcome, but I have to give the young college student the credit. She was sharp. She majors in mathematics and finances and statistics, and she did an excellent job.
Good job.
Or as I said, the board personally feels that this is something that the town employees have asked for. And they should get my opinion is they should get the information that was provided.
Well, I'd just like to make a comment. Yes, they've asked for it, but they have been underpaid for so many years that it's long overdue, and it's time that the town needs to start paying their people appropriately, or they're going to continue to lose very talented and experienced people to local communities that are paying thousands of dollars more for the same type of work. And I'm talking about comparable communities. I'm not talking about jumping to a large city, but comparable communities are able to pay more than we are. And it needs to be a priority to get everybody up to at least 90%. At least 90%. So we're saying, thank Rachel, wherever she is.
Okay, the intent of this study was to demonstrate where the employees stand. The most important intent of this study was to implement it, and not just file it in a filing cabinet somewhere and let it sit for 2 years. The intent of the study is find out where do we stand, and, okay, now we have to take the steps to implement it. If we have to implement it in steps, at least we're going in the right direction. It's a lot better than just filing this study in a filing cabinet somewhere.
I think that's the most important thing here, because that's what happened to all the other studies. Thank you. So to have a plan, any plan, even if it's in those increments, I think it's important for the town employees to recognize that the boards are trying to increase their wages. We're talking cost of living here, we're not talking exorbitant pays, but just to get by for the job that they're doing. That's,
Yep, yep,
to let them know that they're appreciated, so.
Yep.
I thank you for that.
but our board's recommendation will be that, we've talked about this, that we want to implement this. I mean, we did the study for a reason, but out of courtesy, we have to give the new administrator a chance to at least look at it. And I know he's gonna go to the Board of Selectmen and get the blessing from the Board of Selectmen also, but we have to keep in mind as personal board members, we represent the town, but we also represent the employees. All the other departments have union representation. The town hall employees do not have that. The voice that they have is the personnel board. And I personally feel that we have an obligation to represent them.
Well, Aura mentioned the fact that if we don't pay them a decent wage, we're apt to lose with employees. Not only that, if we don't pay a decent wage, we can't attract good employees either, because they come in and they look at the wage scale and they don't want to work for us for that amount. So hopefully, with this, and we can see where the discrepancies are, and there are some, maybe we can move them along and at least make the employees feel that we're fighting for them.
I hope so. I hope so. Unfortunately, Mary Beth had something very important today, and Joan Gardecki and Lorna are on well-deserved vacations. Hopefully, they're getting sunshine. And I would like to say that our next meeting of June 18th, I would like every board member to make every possible effort to attend, because we have a personnel issue that I would like to discuss in executive session. And that'd be June 18th. So please make every effort to attend that meeting. So go home and mark your calendars. Okay, any other business? Jim? No, sir. Rose?
No?
Carol? Eddie, where are you, buddy? There he is. He's got some treats in the cubby hole down here. Okay.
Usually, not today.
Okay. Again, reminder, our next meeting is the 18th. Please try to attend. Very important to us. Would anybody like to make a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn the meeting.
Do I have a second? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Thank you.